Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you. Another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks. Sampler review series of videos I do for the while. I go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff. Then, folks, I'm gonna talk about stuff. I'm gonna let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not gonna lie. I am expecting good things from this. So let's hope together. Let's wish real hard. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammering on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck. And whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing grody work clothes. Typically, when I'm inside the truck, I'm wearing grody work clothes. That means that I was on my way home from work and I found some shit to review for you. That's not the case, though. Just as with my previous review, I just got through reviewing an item, and I sort of alluded to this one a little bit. Yeah, no, I actually picked these up a couple days ago. I went over there, bought them, wanted to put them in the fridge, let them get properly cooled down. Because, folks, what am I reviewing for you? What are we doing here? It's boom! It's a cream soda, but it's not just any cream soda. It's Signature Select Cream Soda. What does that mean to any of you fine folks? Especially if you live not in the Illinois area. So, I've been recently going over there doing a little bit of a mini-series where I've been trying out, like, in-house branded sodas. Basically, knockoff sodas, right? Comparing them against, sort of like the actual stuff and, is it worth the, is the savings worth, the potential lack in flavor? All that kind of stuff. I've just kind of been doing that whole thing. And so I recently started kind of going over there and doing a bunch of them from a local supermarket brand in Illinois called Jewel. And I've been going to Jewel ever since I was a kid. Always liked it. Always thought they were a nice little establishment. And they have their own branded sodas under the Signature Select brand. So far I've done their cola. I just got through doing their Dr. Pepper knockoff, Dr. Dynamite. And I also did one of their ginger ales, but now I'm onto their cream soda. And here's the thing. I expect good things because I have very fond memories of this cream soda. This is one of the cream sodas that me and my dad, that was like one of our go-tos. We would shop at Jewel anyway, and, sometimes we'd get Signature Select. But a lot of times my dad would, he'd get the name brand stuff. We weren't completely peasants. Completely. But we genuinely really liked this cream soda. It was like a thing for us. And I still have memories in my head of being up in my room, during the summertime, 13, 14 years old, just playing StarCraft for hours on end with just like about 7 empty cans of these near my feet. Says a lot about me. So, I hope it's good. I haven't had this in a while, like years now, so. Oh, and because this is a product from a local establishment, this is going to end up on my Eating Out Illinois playlist. So, which is a playlist just focusing on local places. That smells like I remember. Please be good! Oh, that's good. How sometimes you get older, and, nostalgia has a way of kind of masking things, and you kind of think back on stuff when you were younger and you remember really liking it. And then you go over there and you get older and you try it again and it just doesn't live up, It's just, too much time has passed, things have changed. That's not the case with this. When I shit you not, when I went over there and I took my first sip of that, instantly I just remember going over there and creating pylons to go over there and, put up my defensive structures with my Protoss army, because I was always a Protoss guy. I like the Terrans, too. I'd kind of switch between the two, but I was more Protoss. Zerg I was never that into. I'd use them, but I was always a Protoss guy. No, I really like that. That hits exactly how I want a cream soda to hit. And by the way, I did a cream soda comparison video. In fact, it was in 4 parts because I reviewed like 30 cream sodas. So if you're interested in my take on cream sodas, go watch those episodes. But this for me, it's just, again, it's exactly what I want. It's a combination of having sort of a cream flavor, also having, a nice bit of sweetness to it, but not overly so, and then also having a little bit of a bite. I like my cream soda to have some complexity. But the thing is, cream soda can be interpreted in so many different ways. Probably the most, I guess, common one is, like A&W. And A&W cream soda is actually pretty good. Excuse me. But, yeah, again, it varies very much person to person. For me, this is exactly what I want out of a cream soda. It's literally what my brain goes to when it thinks cream soda. And it's really cool to see that, even though, like I said, I haven't had this stuff in years now, it's really cool to see that apparently they haven't changed the recipe too much one way or the other, that it still just, like I said, immediately brings back those memories. And like I said, it has a strength of character to it, with the flavor. And despite it being, effectively a budget brand, it doesn't taste like a budget brand to me, And I mean, there are fancier cream sodas out there for sure. But honestly, if I was comparing this against even something like an A&W, because with this, it's less of a knockoff and it really is it's its own brand, whereas Dr. Dynamite, obviously. I mean, I could compare this against the A&W stuff. A&W has certain things going for it for sure, but I really, really like this version of this cream soda. And some of that is probably nostalgia, to be fair. But I think it has a lot of flavor. It has a complexity of flavor to it that I personally like, without it being ridiculous, because I've had cream sodas where I don't know what the fuck they were aiming for. This is just a really nice, really good commercial cream soda that, despite the fact that it cost me half what it would have cost to get, a name brand, does not at all taste like, like a budget soda. It's just really good. And the flavor lasts. Again, going back to what I was saying, it doesn't taste like a budget soda. It doesn't taste thin. It doesn't feel lacking in any way. It's just its own version of it. And actually, I think a really good one. Yeah, the cream aspect is really nice. It's sweet, but not overly so. Because again, some cream sodas are just too, comically sweet. That's not the case here. It gives you enough, and it gives you a little bit of a bite. It's got some personality. I really like it. But two questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? I mean, clearly and clearly. I think, for me personally, flat out, again, I'm not going to say there aren't better cream sodas out there. But in terms of, to my area, to be fair, commercially available cream sodas, I don't know that there's really too many that I would say I have a substantial amount of greater fondness for. Yeah, A&W is probably a little bit better overall, and again, it has certain qualities to it that, kind of help it stand tall in its own way. But, man, and I'll admit, this is just a personal thing. But I think for me, I would honestly probably get this over A&W most of the time. And it's a really nice cream soda. And like I said, while it does hit for me on a nostalgic level, even if I'm taking that completely out of the equation, it's full on flavor. It does not taste like a budget soda. And, again, it has a little complexity to it. I like the way that it drinks. It's one thing I mentioned with the Signature Select stuff. I like the way, kind of how it feels in your mouth as you're, taking it in. Do with that information what you want. I really like it. And I think if I'm recommending it, cream soda is such a subjective thing, it really is kind of a very personal thing. I think if nothing else, it costs you, again, about half of what you'd be paying for, a normal 12-pack. If nothing else, I don't think you'll dislike it. It might not be your favorite, kind of the way that it is with mine, where, again, I've got that personal attachment to it. But it's a good cream soda, even beyond just being a budget soda. It's just a good cream soda. And I think that really is kind of, a signature aspect of a lot of the Signature Select sodas is, they are just good sodas, even though some of them are a little bit more budgety than others. And I think that, for me, this exemplifies that. As I've been doing these reviews, I've come to up until now, my favorite of the Signature Select branded sodas that I've had has been their cola. Go watch that review if you're interested. But like, I really enjoyed it. Thought it was actually a really nice cola. This is taking that top spot for me. It's just, it hits the way I want it to hit. And it just, like I said, it just, brings me back to simpler times and in such a wonderful way. But anyway, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your folks. Go over there themselves a truly cream soda-tastic rest of your life. Because again, cream soda is really good, I think. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if you can't do it all the time, I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back. Try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives. Hopefully, do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, do you have any nostalgic sodas or, any type of beverage or any type of food? Just something that as soon as you go over there, as soon as it hits your mouth, it just takes you back to those times. Because like I've got a few here and there, just for me, it's usually music based. Like there's a lot of albums and stuff that I've just, I remember like, hey, if I'm listening to this album, I got those memories kicking. And as an added question, what's your opinion on StarCraft? I only ever played the first one. I haven't played any of the subsequent stuff or anything like that, but, did you have a personal allegiance to a given faction or something like that? Like I said, I was definitely Team Protoss, but anyway.